Give me some kiss. Give me some kiss. Give me some kiss. After I put makeup already, I cannot give you kiss. Give me kiss. Kiss, 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 kiss. Oh, that was a hard kiss. Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back. It's been a while since I have done an Empties video on YouTube. I do these videos on and off, and I don't do it very regularly because I need to finish stuff first before I can get into doing these videos. And yeah, as you saw earlier in the clip, I have been busy with my natto. But anyway, I have this, like, it's so incredibly heavy. It's extremely overdue. So whatever I have extra in this, it's so heavy, in this large bag of stuff, I will probably just not show it. But yeah, I've got like so many things. I don't even know what I have inside this bag of Empties. I've got candles, I've got doggy things. I'll talk about all of it as I pull them out. And the main thing obviously is to tell you whether I will buy them back again or I will not. And I will give you my honest opinions because I'm pretty sure some of the stuff inside here is a no-buy again. Let's talk about the first thing. Obviously, it has to be something dog related because that's obviously the top pile, right? So this is the Extreme Stain and Odor Remover from Simple Solution. I got this when I first got Natto into my house, and obviously without the potty training, or at least trying to do potty training, she was peeing and pooping. Well, not pooping so much, but peeing all over the house. And a lot of times it was the carpet, and oh my gosh, it was like catching her, like stopping it everywhere. So I got this because apparently it's supposed to prevent repeat marking, but it didn't really work for her. I'm not sure if it's more appropriate for male dogs. For her, she didn't really seem to mind the smell. Apparently it's supposed to like it has a smell that dogs don't like, but she'll go and smell it and she'll be like, and then she'll don't like it, but she'll go back to it again anyway. It's like they like the smell, but then they smell it and then they don't like it, and then they forget that they don't like it, then they'll smell it again. So honestly, I don't know if this stuff works for like stopping them from marking that same spot, but it does keep that stain like gone. I mean, sorry, it does remove the stain and it gets rid of any of the smell. So it works in that sense. It removes the odor, it removes the stain, but from a marking perspective, not really. I would say go with this if you have extreme marks, but if you're expecting, like, you know, to get your dog to stop going to the same place, you know, dogs will be dogs or cats will be cats. It's good, but I think there are you probably just gotta try it for your own puppy. I would say this is neutral buy again. Wet tissues. I only managed to save one of it. This is the Gentle Care Baby Wipes from Redmart. So if you are in Singapore, obviously you'll be very familiar with Redmart. But if you're overseas, Redmart is like the Amazon of Singapore, like Asia. A lot of people buy from Redmart. They're like sort of like the grocery market. Like the Costco of it, right? So anyway, I have so many. I have like a box of these because I go through them so quickly. I use them to wipe Natto's paws and her face after we come back from a walk. And I also use them to wipe out like urine or diarrhea when she has her diarrhea spells in the house. I can't avoid it. Like sometimes if she is having a little bit of tummy upset, she will poop on the tray, but sometimes she might make a mistake and poop on the floor. And if it's diarrhea, I know it's a bit gross, right? It's kind of like all over the place. So I use these wipes to just clean up the place, because if she's having a bout of it, she'll do it a couple of times. So these do keep the house, like, at least keeps me sane. And I'll use like kitchen towels as well, so I go through them so quickly. So there's just one of the many that I've gone through, and you know, I'm kind of like expensive. I could use cloth, but then I've got to clean the cloth. Like, I don't know. I have a bunch of these Jo Malone candle containers, wood, sage, and sea salt. I also have lime, basil, and mandarin. These are the same. I've been really enjoying candles, and I do like just put them on my table. I'll put a variety. I'll put like 2 or 3 together, and I'll just light 1 or 2 up. And I don't know, it just gives the house a bit of a different feel with the whole light candle flickering and the smell. And obviously, you know, because I've got Natto with all the poo and pee smell, so this is sort of refreshing. I do like the lime, basil, and mandarin, and I love the wood sage. It's definitely the woodier smell, and it's very earthy. Oh, I love it, so pleasant. So yeah, these are my two favorites. I haven't tried other Jo Malone candles. If you have any recommendations, I would love to know. Please comment down below. I have this Van Cleef & Arpels Rose Velour candle that when you burn it, it smells like the Van Cleef & Arpels store. It's very rosy. It's not my typical kind of smell. It's kind of powdery. Very, you know, typical luxury, French luxury house. It smells a little like almost musky. Not my typical kind of smell. It wasn't really overpowering for the house, so it's very light and pleasant. I did like it. I did finish it up, but I don't know if it's a perfume that I would necessarily buy for myself. I did get this as a gift when I went to Van Cleef & Arpels. Something that I would not repurchase, the Necessaire The Scalp Serum in this 60 ml container. This was very expensive. A friend of mine went to America and she was saying that she was going to Sephora. Did I want anything? And I've heard about this brand from other influencers and I thought, you know what, it sounds good, you know, it's kind of organic, very clean, very minimalist. So I wanted to try this out because I do have thinning hair, especially at the front here. It doesn't look so bad on camera, but if you see me in real life, it's like really thin here. But anyway, I wanted to give this a go because I wanted to see if it hydrates my scalp. And it does, but it doesn't really do much for the price. I remember I paid over 100 Singapore dollars for it. It was so expensive. I know my Sisley is expensive, but this, because of the texture, it just felt so thin like water. I didn't think that it was doing much. So really, no. In fact, I'm gonna show you the other one, which I find that they're just as good. So this is the Ordinary, the hair care multi-peptide serum for hair density. I've got a little bit more. In fact, after this, before I go for a dinner party tonight, I'm gonna take a shower and I'm just gonna use this because this to me works just as well as this. Both are peptide serums. I find it to do the same, and this is only, I believe this was like $30 or 20 something dollars, so much cheaper. I usually get this during the sale. Yeah, it's something I would not repurchase. If any of you have any of the products that I talk about and I do not recommend repurchasing it, please comment down below if you're a fan of it. Maybe I'm not using it correctly, or maybe I'm not, you know, protecting my hair properly, then therefore this would work. I would love to know because, you know, I'm not opposed to trying it again. It's just that the price is just a lot. Like $100 over for 60 ml is a lot, and I go through, like, you know, you don't just use like a few drops, right? You're actually using a few pipettes worth over your scalp. So I went through this really quickly. I tried and tested Neutrogena oil-free acne wash, and you know, it has a little bit here, but actually that is me adding water inside and just kind of finishing it up. I bought this while I was in the US, so I actually like the US version. You can buy this from Watson's, you can buy this from any drugstore, but the ones that are local here in like Singapore or at least in Malaysia, some of them are made in Indonesia, some of them are made in Vietnam. I find that the formula is not the same. It kind of feels a little bit more drying. The one that I get from the States or Korea, I don't know what ingredient changes because I can't remember right now. It's the same but slight, you know, what's more and what's less. It's slightly different. So I don't know. I like to get the one from the States, and yeah, my brother, I'll probably have to ask him, can you just get me one of these when you're coming back? And I have like the bigger bottles as well. So I've used this. This is like, I don't know, umpteenth bottle already. I do need to use a very good moisturizer as well as a serum after I wash my face, but at least it keeps, you know, my skin cleaner. I don't have acne, but I feel like, you know, it still clears your pores out as well. Purity Made Simple Philosophy 3-in-1 cleanser for face and eyes. This is probably, I don't know, umpteen bottle that I've used as well, and as it's definitely a repurchase because I finally repurchased this. I swapped over to the Fresh Soy Cleanser, something that I also use interchangeably. So I'll use the fresh one and then I'll finish that and then I'll buy this one and then I'll just interchange it. Because one of these bottles, oh my gosh, they take forever to finish. And you know, I don't know about you, but I do get bored sometimes. Like when I'm halfway through, I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta finish it for can you just finish for goodness sake? So anyway, I finished it. I Didn't have it for the longest time because I swapped it out, you know, after board. This is a giant bottle. This is 480 mils. That's like half a liter of stuff. And then after a while, I decided to buy it again. So yes, definitely repurchase. If you're looking for a general cleanser that is gentle on eyes, doesn't sting your eyes, this is pretty good. Elizabeth Arden White Tea, Wild Rose. I love this body cream. I talked about it in my self-discovery, like self-care video. If you haven't watched it, I'll link it down below. There is something about using luxury body care. Maybe it's just the whole experience, whether or not the ingredients are fantastic for your skin. I don't know, I didn't really check stuff like that. I do check it for my skin, but somehow like for body, I don't really go into the individual ingredients. But there's something about the whole package, the whole experience, the smell, the feel, maybe just the brand name. It's just an experience that makes it worth the price. But anyway, she got me another one, which I think is slightly different. Maybe it's white tea, like a different smell. It's also super, super good. So I am using that right now. Love this. Definitely will repurchase it myself as well. Another natto inspired purchase. This is something for the household. This is the Eco-Mist, mosquito and insect killer with natural parathrins. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Now, if you've been following some of my vlogs, I have talked about this several times, and this is finally finished one. There's like a little bit more, so I kind of like just keep the spray, and I put this in my other bathroom just to like give it a spray, but it's pretty much like a little bit left. So this is like a repellent, you know, the kind of shell tox, the one that you spray insects with, but this is like you can use it as a spray, but it also comes with like an automatic spritz that it'll do like a spritz every hour or something. But anyway, I got this before when natto came into my home. Now, one of the biggest concerns that I had was ants and insects and cockroaches, because having an animal in the house, especially one that poos and pees, and there'll be poops and pees, and food will be around the house, I had the biggest concern of insects. Not for like hygiene purposes, more like I was so afraid they might bite her, or she might, you know, at night they'll come out and they'll crawl and eat on her food, and she'll eat the food the next day. Things like that. I was just thinking like, how do I protect my little puppy from insects or ants, which you cannot avoid if you've got food in the house. So I live alone and I don't cook often, but even when I don't cook often, or the days that I do cook, I find ants in the house. So it was so annoying. But when I was alone, I didn't really care. I'd just wipe them or just get rid of them, right? Or just have like those insect tablets all over the house. It does help a little bit. I had cockroach tablets all over the place. It helps. But if you have children or babies or like puppies like mine, you don't want to be like, you know, having those things, because they can pick it up and eat. My dog could be running and eating those tablets. So I was so concerned of how do I get rid of pests in the house. So I have a friend who has this, the brand is ourlifestyleshop.com. I knew about this for a while already, but I had no purpose. Like there was no reason for me to have this kind of repellent in my house, because I'm alone, right? So what if an ant bites me? It's me, right? I don't really care. Like you don't take care of yourself in that sense. But then because now I have some other some other being, right, to protect, I reached out to my friend. I said, look, can you please tell me how does this work? So I purchased this with my own money. I didn't tell my friend, give it to me, you know, I'm not that kind of person. But I purchased this. I haven't signed up on the subscription yet, but I purchased it. I got like the 3-pack spray and the thing that goes out like this. The spray, the automatic spray. And, you know, I didn't know if it was working. Like honestly, how do you know if a repellent is working, right? It's the opposite of seeing is believing. It's not seeing bugs is believing. I swear. I have not seen a single cockroach, live cockroach or an ant in my house since I had this spray. So I put it in my kitchen, like kind of directing it to where most of the food and, you know, rubbish will be, so where the sink is. So the way it's kind of like it's like sort of like spraying this direction rather than I spray the whole house. There's no point, right? Because food is always mainly in the kitchen. So I sprayed this direction towards the dustbin. And for weeks, I haven't seen bugs. And if I do see a bug, it's freaking dead. Like, it's like dead. I'm like, oh, there's a dead little cockroach. Like little baby cockroaches. So really, not seeing bugs or seeing dead bugs is believing. So I'm totally, like, I'm converted. Converted to this natural, pure things. Like, it's incredible. So anyway, my friend, if you're in Singapore, I'll link it down below. I was telling her about it and I was like, oh my god, you gotta give me a link. You gotta give me a link because I'm gonna tell the whole world about this insecticide that you have. And then but unfortunately, because this is only for Singapore, because it's I guess it's a toxic, right? Toxic in the sense that it, you know, from a country perspective, if you're in Malaysia, you're in US, you're in Australia, they don't ship overseas. So go and look, like go and search Google online and search elsewhere. Like look for natural paraffins. This is, I don't know the science behind it, but apparently this comes from chrysanthemum flowers. It's not synthetic shell tox, okay? It's non-toxic to humans and like warm-blooded animals. But she was telling me if you have fish or you have like things that are in water, then you can't use this. So if you have like an aquarium, unfortunately you can't use this. Maybe it's the chemical reaction between the like this and the water, it will kill your fish. So if you have that, then no. But if you have like pets, babies and all that, it's non-toxic. So anyway, yes, amazing. So repurchase, definitely. I have to mention this because yeah, not seeing is believing, and I really like converted. SK2 facial treatment essence must be repurchased very, very soon. I have not had my SK2 for at least a month and a half now. The recent Sephora sale, I forgot to add it to my cart and I was so busy that I forgot, and now the sale's over. But yes, I love this. I've talked about this many times, so I'm not going to go through about it. But yes, if you have not tried the SK2 facial treatment essence, I really enjoy it. It's one of those essence that you don't see like results straight away. You know, it's one of those things that you just use as part of your routine, and over time you go like, ooh, your face is kind of like supple. So that's how I feel about it. Okay, we are getting there. I have 2 bottles of extra virgin coconut oil. Again, not gonna go on and on about this. If you followed my journey about my teeth health and my gums, I use extra virgin coconut oil for oil pulling. I have to say, since I got natto, I haven't had time to do it. So it's a routine that I had to forego because I was waking up to take her out and all of that. But something that I want to start to reintroduce, and how do I fit it back because she's rushing me out of the house. But I do do oil pulling almost every other day, or if I can every day if I'm feeling like it. But it's really, really a natural way to keep your mouth clean, your gums very, very healthy. It does not replace brushing your teeth. It is an additional step, so which is why I have been skipping it, but I definitely want to bring it back. There's another tub in my another container in my bathroom right now. But yeah, you know what? I'm gonna keep this container because I'm gonna use this glass container to keep her treats. Oh my god, I'm turning into that kind of poor mom, right? Ooh, container, treats. Oh my goodness, I have 2 more candles. The leather chair and the greenhouse. Oh, I forgot about these. Yeah, so I received these 2 candles from a friend in Hong Kong, and it's actually her little side hustle. She calls it a side hustle, but it's a business. And she makes soy candles with natural oils. It's www.thelimonade.com, and apparently she's got even more candle smells right now. So the greenhouse has lemon, mandarin, bergamot, green tea, jasmine, and white musk. It smells so good. It's so refreshing. It's so clean. And if you love citrus with a bit of musk, it's so good. So I've already finished it. And then on rainy days, I do like something a little bit more deep. Oh my goodness, this is so good. This is the leather chair. Blackberry, rum, saffron, sage, patchouli, leather accords, and musk. Oh my gosh, this is so good. This is something that I would light up on a rainy day. It's a rainy day today. I would light it up, just, you know, open my YouTube or read a book. Just relax and just let this flicker at the side. It would warm up the house. And it's so inviting, it's so relaxing. Oh my, I need to tell her, like, this leather chair is so good. So yes, Karatas Specific Mask Hydrant. This is something that I constantly repurchase. I have one that's in my bathroom right now, which is almost finished. I should have repurchased it recently. But anyway, I have this version, and it's this kind of like scalp mask plus hair mask, which I use every other time I wash my hair with shampoo, because it just keeps my scalp and my hair very hydrated. I've used this I've gone through so many, so definitely will repurchase. Olapex number 3. This is something that I bought, but I didn't repurchase and I actually didn't finish because firstly it expired, but also I saw some news about Olapex going under some like litigation because of something about the ingredient. I don't know if this is the particular one, but it kind of freaked me out, so I decided, you know what, never mind, we will not continue to use it. Apparently people were suing the brand for hair loss or burnt hair or something. If you know about it, just comment down below. But yeah, I decided to not take the risk and just let it go. Plus, it wasn't doing much for my hair anyway. L'Occitane Body Shower Oil. I got this as part of like a gift set from, I believe my brother bought this for me as like a Christmas gift set when he came back. And I thought, oh, let's use this body oil because this really feels so luxurious on the skin. Like, it's really oily on the skin in the shower. Then when you start to rub it, it warms up and it becomes this milky shower oil, like a shower cream, but it's so nice. Now, does it really clean the skin? I don't think so. I think it's something that you would use after you have, you know, used maybe a foamier cleanser on your skin, and then go in with this to give that moisturizing effect on the skin. I love this. I would definitely purchase the full size. And oh, I just realized they have, wow, oh my gosh, I don't know if you can see this, but there is Braille on the container here. Wow, that's great. There's Braille here. Like, if you need to, wow, you can read it. Wow. Okay, anyway, sorry. I was like wondering why are there dots on the bottle. Then I realized it's Braille. Wow. Okay, anyway, definitely repurchase. Hair Ritual by Sisley Regenerating Hair Care Mask. This is for hair and scalp. I've totally finished this. I don't think I will repurchase this. The Keratas hair mask is great. I read some reviews about this. It was great, but for me, honestly, it didn't do much and it was expensive. So I don't think I would, pretty much would not repurchase this unless there's like a sale of 50% off because it's expensive. Sisley stuff is expensive. If any of you have that and it's really good for you, please comment down below. Convince me that it's actually worth it. Like, I need to use 3 tubes of it to see results. The number 1 Serum-In-Mist from Chanel is really, really nice. It's one of those bi-phase serums, and I have like maybe a spritz left, which I'll kind of finish it tonight. This is so good. I totally forgot to purchase this when I was traveling because it's cheaper to buy at the airport. I haven't purchased it again because I guess it's expensive locally at the stores, but it's good. It makes my skin so hydrated if I was not using my SK2. So if, let's say, in the morning I didn't feel like using my SK2, I would spritz this on my face. It's so refreshing, but I can feel my skin go like, it's almost as good as my SK2, but in a more refreshing sense. The SK2 still feels like a serum on the skin. Like, it's still water, but there's some bounciness to this. This has a bit more like moisturizing effect to it. So I love this. Definitely will repurchase. Intensive Pigmentation Solution from Clifford. This is locally made by the clinic, and I already have 2 more bottles. One is in rotation and one's new. I get this from my esthetician at his doctor's place, and I use it for my pigmentation because I've started doing pico laser, and he's truly trying to get rid of the deep pigmentation along here because of years and years of not using sunblock. So now they're kind of like surfacing and I've got all these dots here, but hopefully the more I use this and the more I do the pico, it will go away because it's taking a bit of time. But anyway, love this. Already have 2 bottles. The final Empties. LaBeige Healthy Glow Touch Foundation in the color N20. Love this so much. Used it until the very last squeeze or scraping it out from the net. And I have repurchased this. I bought the exact one from one of those like online stores because it was maybe like a overstock kind of thing. So I had exact 2 because now discontinued this exact version and they came out with this exact version but in a different formula. Apparently the new formula is richer, it's got more coverage and maybe better. So I don't know, maybe I'll give it a go. It's a bit more expensive as well. But at least I know they didn't discontinue the entire line. So if I do finish the 2 that I already purchased, then I think this is definitely something staple in my collection. It's so good. It makes my skin look hydrated. It looks like nothing on my skin. And I just feel like it envelopes and it creates this really nice canvas, but it doesn't look thick. It doesn't look cakey. I actually like it because it's light. So I don't know about the new reformulated version. Maybe I will just buy it just to try it out. So those are all the Empties that I have saved. I definitely had more, but my bag was getting higher and higher and I started to toss the things already. So if you enjoy this kind of video and you want me to keep saving my Empties, please comment down below. Give this video a like as well. It will let me know that videos like this are still appreciated in the world of YouTube because they are, you know, kind of like real life users testing the stuff out. Anyway, if you enjoyed it, obviously, thumbs up. I also do hope you'll subscribe and join the channel and look out for more videos coming up. Otherwise, everyone, please take care, stay safe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!